Hello everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be going over a video that is similar from what I posted yesterday with XRP. If you saw the video yesterday, I went over how you can use XRP kind of to build passive income over time, and that's based off the fact that XRP is supposedly going to be going up more in the future, because right now it's under half $1. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely check that out. But today I'm going to go over a strategy with Bitcoin and how to trade with it, because time is pretty much running out with, as Bitcoin is, I believe in about a year or so, it's going to be getting harder and harder to obtain one Bitcoin. And those that are not involved right now it's going to become harder and harder for people to actually obtain one Bitcoin, and after that it's just going to be valued in how much Satoshi you have. You want to be one of those people that have at least one Bitcoin, in my opinion. So when it does get to that point, the only way to actually obtain more Satoshi, more Bitcoin, because the average person isn't going to have the budget to afford $150,000 for one Bitcoin, in a year from now to whenever it happens. But what I want to teach today is kind of how to trade with it to increase your Satoshi count. And the more Bitcoin you have to trade with right now, the more Satoshi that you can build over time. It doesn't matter if it's in a bull run or a bear market. If you know how to trade with Bitcoin, just with Bitcoin. Now, you don't trade with USD with this method. You're basically using futures to trade with Bitcoin to increase your Satoshi account. Now, I've made some results with doing it with Bitcoin. Right there, I post some snapshots. I did that with just trading Bitcoin. So today I'm going to kind of teach you guys. Now you guys got to come up with your own strategy if you want, but I'll teach you in this video the method that I use to trade with futures with Bitcoin to increase my bag with my Satoshi. So anyway, let me walk you through the formula that I personally do to trade with, and you can use this formula or you can use any other formula that I have talked about on this channel, but the one I'm talking about in this channel actually works really well, and it works well for the stock market, and it works well for crypto. So to set this up, you need to have a TradingView account. You need to set your moving averages to 5 and 8. So I'll show you how to do that, and the goal here is we're going to be trying to increase our Satoshi by finding the moments that they cross, and we're going to be going into doing it with futures trading. So let me show you my formula on how to do that with doing futures with Bitcoin when you focus on just trading Bitcoin with Bitcoin alone. Okay, so to set this up, I'll show you how I do it here. Basically, I use the moving average here I use the indicator here. It's 3SMMA. You could put 2 of your moving averages on here, or you can actually put 3. You can put 3 on here, but I only use 2. This will condense down your space. Like if you're doing it on your phone, it condenses down space. So I usually just have 5 and 8 as my moving average here, and it does pretty good. And then I remove the third one here, so I just have 5 and 8. You can also do it the same way if you go to, if you just go to moving average exponential, but you're going to have to put that on there twice, and it's going to clutter up your screen. So anyway, to get this strategy going, it's pretty simple to understand how to increase your Satoshi count. What I do is I wait for moments that they cross, and kind of to help matters here, it's easier to see because I personally do my trades on the hour. So when you're doing a futures trade, and you can do that with BingX, and you can also do it with MetaTrader, but you got to find a broker. You got to find a broker that deals with crypto, but you can do it with MetaTrader 4, or you can do it with which is the other one, or you can do it with BingX. I use BingX for my crypto futures, but you can do it with both. But it's easier to do it with BingX, in my opinion. But this strategy going here is your goal here is you want to increase your Satoshi count. So the more Bitcoin you have once you have your Bitcoin and you send it to BingX, it'll show up in the fund account, which I'm not going to show you the fund account. I'm just going to give you guys the basics. Fund account, and then you're going to transfer it over to your futures account. And I've made videos on BingX, so definitely watch that video. I'll put the link below. I go more into detail about it. But what you're going to want to do to increase your Satoshi account, the amount of Satoshi, you're going to click on Bitcoin, and then you're going to go to trade. I don't have any in Bitcoin right now, but what you want to do is you want to increase your leverage. You want to increase your leverage now, and then you want to increase your margin. And I would do 10% at first in the beginning, and then how fast you want it to go is up to you. But that's how you can leverage your Bitcoin. And once you're done, you'll either hit long or short. And basically, when you're trading with this strategy, whenever you see the cross, now you can go with any other strategy that I teach on this channel, but this strategy works extremely well, and I do not focus on the longer time frames. Now, if I did have some Bitcoin in there for a trade, I would be looking at this right now and saying maybe probably in the next hour or two, these two lines are probably going to cross. So I would keep my eye open for that. I'd wait for the moment for the lines to cross either up or down, and when they do, that is a good signal to get in for either a long or short. So if we see right here that the moment that it crossed before was... Now I only focus on the hour because the hour gives the best results. It gives the best results for futures, and it gives the best results for the stock market, in my opinion. But if we look really close, we can see that Bitcoin crossed in a long right here. So that would be your point of getting in, and it looks like it's starting to close. So what we would do here, let's find the moment where it crossed. So it was right around here, because you got to turn the candles off to see this, because it's like the lines are so close. But it was right around here, so you would open up your long right around here, and then you just write it out. You can write it out up until it closes again, or you can write it out till you get gains. But either way, doing it on the hour, you're going to be waiting maybe a day or two, but yeah, I get the best results doing it this way. So as you can see right now, in a normal trade, this would have returned me about 180,000 Satoshi. Now, if you're doing leverage, it's going to be more. The amount... This is just, I think, at a like 1 times rate. So this trade right here would have actually given you a lot of Satoshi if you 50x your with your leverage and all that. But anyway, that's pretty all you do for the strategy is you wait for a moment for it to cross, and then you get in. Now, this is a strategy that I use. I do have other techniques on my channel too, but I find this works really well. So in this situation right here, we see that it crossed right around here. So I would have done a short right around here, and I would have rode this out to the bottom. So this is just with a regular trade. This was about 109,000 Satoshi. Now, if you're leveraging, it's going to be more. So This is pretty much the only way to kind of increase your Satoshi account, because we are running out of time as Bitcoin will be going up more in value. So anyway, let's just look at a couple other scenarios with this formula to see how well it works. Now, if you want to use this formula, you can use this formula. If you want to use other methods on my channel, I go over many different methods. But I'm just going to show you what works for me the best and what I've learned that works for me the best. Right here's another short. You see it crossing right here. And we come in right here. And we basically write it out to here. This was a short one. This was about 43,000 Satoshi. So, and you can tell by doing it this way, your Satoshi balance, it will add up over time. So we see it happening again right here. We see it crossing right about here. Now this is on the hour. I do not do the shorter time frames with these methods. I wait for the hour because you will get longer, better results, in my opinion, just because of these moving averages. But anyway, you come in here. You come in here for a long and you write it out. Now you could write it out till it crosses and you'd still be in profit. But you could actually get out here and still be in profit. If you get out here, you made about 33,000 Satoshi. If you get out here where it crosses again, you made about 20,000 Satoshi. So let's do this a couple more times to show you how effective this is. You see it crossing right here, so you would do a short right here, and then you would write it out till you can get out here, or you can get out around here. Let's just do it here in the bottom. Let's try to find that moment. Okay, so if you come in right here, and then you get out here, this is 74,000 Satoshi. If you get out near where it crosses again, it's about 46,000 Satoshi. Let's just do this a couple more times to show you how effective this strategy is. See, we do you see it crossing right here, so we would do a long, and we write it out. Get out here, and we sell right here. This is about 66,000 Satoshi. So anyway, this strategy works really well. This may be the only method to kind of grow your Satoshi. There are other methods, but this is the only way to kind of speed it up because, like I said, once the halving happens for this next cycle, because the last all-time high was 60,000. So the next one could go anywhere from 120,000 to 150,000. We don't really know, but when Bitcoin does go to those numbers, it's going to be harder for the average person to obtain one Bitcoin. The average person after that point is not going to be able to afford one Bitcoin, no matter how hard you try. So hodling and doing this method with futures is like the only way for the average person to actually get to a Bitcoin. Time's running out for the average person to get a Bitcoin. So these strategies are the only way. This is the only strategy that I could see where you can day trade it to where you can just build up your Satoshi. So eventually you can get to that Bitcoin mark, one Bitcoin mark. And you don't want to be you don't want to be one of those people that are looking back and being like, I should have bought Bitcoin back when it was $20,000, because I've been there myself, and I've seen Bitcoin move over time. So, in my opinion, Bitcoin is it's an appreciating asset, and I believe everybody should have at least one Bitcoin. So, not everybody is going to have a Bitcoin. So, my opinion, you don't want to be one of those people. But that's not financial advice. Anyway, if you guys like this video, time's running out to acquire 1 Bitcoin. So those that want to get to one Bitcoin mark, this is like the only strategy that I can find that it could increase your chances of getting to that 1 Bitcoin mark. This strategy will work depending on, it doesn't matter if it's a bull run or if it's a bear market. If you get good at trading with Bitcoin, you will be increasing your Satoshi count. Now, the amount of money you make in USD is based off of how much Satoshi it is and how much it's worth in USD at the moment. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.